My story is that my wife and spouse, Elise, met you through Facebook, and she started to tell me about the near-term human extinction, and I was, well, we're both kind of we're artists and we like fantasy things, and I just thought it was no way. This is just no way because I'd never heard of it, and so through her. Um, she met you and really liked you and said, I would really like you. And that's how we kind of got into it. And then I went and obviously got on the internet and started doing some searching and found the interview with Guy McPherson and Andrew Harvey. Andrew Harvey is somebody we knew and somebody that I absolutely trusted. When he said something, he spoke from a depth that I really trusted. And so that was it. That was all I needed, was Andrew Harvey's endorsement that he's thinking this is true. Okay, I better start paying attention. So that was the beginning of it about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. But we went to a talk he was doing, and he's considered a modern mystic, and I had read by that point about 4 of his books. And I knew he was a gay man, and that kind of interested me because for a long time I thought that you can't be gay and spiritual. I know that's really weird, but I did go through all that stuff. And so I wanted to meet him. And at the time, Elise and I were about to have a what do they call them? Marriage. It's bonding ceremony back around 92, and we got rings, and we told him what we were doing, and he blessed us in our rings. So he has a very personal connection to me in that regard. I don't know if he knows me personally. He doesn't, but that was how we met him. And his whole thing is about, the awakening of the feminine energy on the planet. So that was his big push, and that was what interested me at the time. Was I had never really heard of it. That was all kind of new. The feminine, Earth Mother, all that business. That was all new to me at that point. So falling in love with the Earth through Andrew Harvey. So then when he says, we're coming to the end, it was just really, really, really devastating to hear. Like, he's saying this now. Yeah. So that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Whatever interests me in the moment. And I tend to see compositions rather than things. So I'm not taking a picture of leaves. I'm taking a picture of the arrangement that I have, and the framing of it is really, really important. And that comes from my art background of art teacher and painter and things like that. So I do understand how to move the viewer's attention on that image. So that's what I like to do. And I see things, I think I said recently, I feel it and then I take the image. I feel it first. I didn't really know I was doing that, but of course I was. It's almost so quickly done together, the feeling and grab it. So with the invention of the iPhone and the fact that I could have a camera in my pocket all the time, I've been in heaven. I love it. So even though it's not going to make images that you can blow up and have be beautiful, I don't really care, because it's the taking of that interests me. After that, I'll share what I can, but I'm not that interested in a show or anything like that at this point.
I think that's one of the
yes,
and it becomes much more right now at this moment. I'm in love with this image. I'm expressing my love by taking this photograph.
Exactly. I caught myself having a thought the other day, which is, oh, I'll get that next fall. And then I went, oh, wow, you know, it was something that I saw that I just sort of drove by and I didn't take the moment to stop. And I thought, whoa, that's really something, you know, that I actually thought that, and I don't know if that's actually going to be true or not. So you're right. I try and do what I can in the moment as I see it. Yeah. Because I'm just trying to make every day an adventure and not frame it as a special event. And I think that's probably why the cat has become such a focal point because, well, actually I have two cats and they're always home with me. So when Ricky's kind of goofy, I get the image. Position sometimes and they go, is he doing this on purpose or is it comfortable or what, you know? Um, yeah, he's a contortionist. That's all I can say. It's just,
They are. You're
I know.
astonishing. The flexibility they have is astonishing.
So yes, meditation. I've been practicing that since I was about 28, and I'm 74 now. So that's a long practice, and over time, it's just become innate way for me to be able to just grab and not give energy to a fear or energy to something that's worrying me. Now, interestingly enough, the most nervous I've been was about an hour before I knew I was going to talk to you. And I went, whoa, now, okay, let's examine this. You know, that was really interesting to me because I hadn't felt like that in a really, really long time. Probably since before when I was teaching a brand new school year and I was always, you know, it's the new year and I'm trying to make some kind of impression. And I thought, you know, that is really an old pattern that just came in and swept me over for a while. So what did I do? I sat down and meditated. I did a little bit of chanting sounds that I know would calm my body down, and they worked. So here we are. um, because if you say meditation to people who don't do it, or they say, oh, I've tried it and I can't do it and it's hard and blah, blah, or my mind just won't do it. And it's like, well, it's not about during the meditation. It's about look at how your life is after, around it, because that's what you're affecting. So maybe that has had a lot to do with how I can be kind of calm in the face of the storm. Well, speaking of around the world, I just finished a 7-week online course. This is how I even know about Zoom. I had never heard of it until I signed up for a course on the sacred voice, I guess is what you would call it, where we were learning the sounds of each chakra. So it was 7 weeks long, 7 chakras, and it was a live course every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time, but people were all over the planet tuning in at the same time. So for some people it was bedtime. For some of us it was, you know, for some it was like early in the morning. And then they would, at the end of the hour of the course, where the Chloe Goodchild's the woman who was doing it, and she was, you know, talking about what we were learning, doing a bit of a lecture and some voice sounds. Then the organization that was running this broke us into triads via, you know, we just stayed, and then suddenly there were 2 other people on my screen, and we were all connecting in lifetime. And then we would practice for a half hour what we had just learned.
That's so cool.
So, I mean, I've been meeting people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And singing with them for a half hour. You know, it's like, I don't know, there's something quite magical about that. It's
very
just
magical.
Yeah. And the very first group that I was with, they put us with different people every week, but the very first group that I was with on the very first day, we just sort of bonded. One is up at Cortes Island in Canada. The other one was in, she's French, but she was in Germany. And the last time we connected yesterday, she was in London. But we're all we, you know, because of this technology, we can get together. So we agreed to just get together once a week and practice together.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So that's what I'm doing. And I don't even know how to describe how I'm feeling other than I feel like I expand when I'm doing that. I mean, because we're kind of creating this sound wave over the planet.